Part 1. The Rusty Pelican. Chapter 1. The Dark Watcher. The boy, sitting at his desk, was unaware that he was being watched, but two angry eyes were fixed on him, burning like red-hot coals in the damp night air. The Dark Watcher was growing impatient. The visitor should have been here by now. 3 hours of waiting in a cold car with a dull companion had not improved the Dark Watcher's mood, and the dull companion's constant moaning made things even worse. "I think I'm allergic to this awful damp, cool, wet, cold, soaking, freezing weather. I hate it here. We turn on the heater, yes? No one will notice." The Dark Watcher gave a negative grunt. The Dutchman was always whining. He didn't deserve a response. "Oh, come on! All my extremities is shriveling up. I'm getting a cold in my chest. Or maybe I'm getting double pneumonia. Or triple pneumonia. I had a cousin once got triple pneumonia in Rotterdam. It came on so quick, he woke up one morning, he was dead." The Dark Watcher still gave no response. It would only encourage him. Rain started drumming quietly on the roof of the car before running off down the windows in slow, oily rivers. "Now we can't see nothing. How are we supposed to watch the house if we can't see nothing? Let's put on the engine and run the heater. And the windshield wipers. I like it when the windshield wipers are going. It's soothing. Reminds me of practicing my tuba when I was a boy. Mama would put on the metronome. Oompa, oompa, tick, tock, oompa, oompa, flip, flop. Like the windshield wipers, yes? Soothing. Let's put them on, then we can see better, yes? There'll be no noise and no lights. I can see just fine," the Dark Watcher said. "He should be here by now. What's keeping him, I wonder?" The Dutchman felt an uncontrollable twitch starting in his nose. He was going to sneeze. The Dark Watcher grabbed the Dutchman's ear and pinched it hard. "No noise," hissed the Dark Watcher. The unhappy Dutchman scrunched his head down all the way inside his overcoat before continuing. A muffled "tissue" rocked the car. He emerged with slime over most of his face. "Oh, that is revolting. Now look what you made me do." The Dark Watcher turned away in disgust. The car they had chosen was large, black and expensive, with tinted glass windows. It didn't stand out as unusual here in the Magnolia neighbourhood of Seattle. There were plenty of large, black and expensive cars around here. Very few people were out and about tonight. They had been sitting here in Perkins Lane for almost 3 hours now, and had only had 2 interruptions. A young couple had stumbled down the lane trying to walk, hug and kiss each other all at the same time. It was enough to make the Dark Watcher sick to the stomach. Pathetic, happy creatures, oblivious to the world. It was a miracle that they made it to the end of the lane without tripping up and falling over. A small man emerged from the darkness, pulled by a very large white bulldog. As the dog walked past, it lifted its leg and peed in the front bumper of their car. "Why dogs do that, you think?" said the Dutchman. "They marking their territory or something?" The Dark Watcher grunted. He didn't blame the dog. Its behaviour was an appropriate comment on how their night was going. The man and dog crossed the street and stopped at the house next door to where the boy sat at his desk. Despite the freezing wind and rain, the man was wearing a skin-tight vest, shorts and running shoes. He tied the dog's leash to the gate, dropped to the ground, and did 20 push-ups on the wet sidewalk. He jumped back to his feet, did 30 jumping jacks before untying the dog and bounding up the stairs and into the house.
"That man is mad," said the Dutchman. "Plain, crazy, Looney Tunes bonkers, if you ask me."
"I didn't ask you," said the Dark Watcher. "Look lively. Here he is at last."
A taxicab pulled up in front of the boy's house. A tall, gangly gentleman with a shock of wiry hair and a wild red beard exploded out of the taxi like a jack-in-the-box. He laughed and joked with the driver, who struggled to lift 2 enormous suitcases from the trunk. The tall, gangly gentleman slapped the taxi driver on the back, stuffed cash into his hand, picked up the cases with ease, and climbed the stairs towards the boy's house. His cheerful whistling filled the night air until the door was opened, and he disappeared inside.
"That is good, then. We can go home now, yes?"
The Dark Watcher stared at the boy's house a while longer, then nodded at the Dutchman. They certainly were not going to get any more useful information by sitting here.